Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3 with Mo, where I'm not sure what we're doing today. In the general scheme of things, we are approaching level 12. That's our goal for today, is get closer to level 12. Oh yeah, Baldur's Mouth Gazette, that's something we were going to look into.
156, 157, 15... Oh, sorry, can't chat. 15... Shit! Where was I up to?
Up to 158.
Oh, thank Corellon. You're a lifesaver. 158, 159...
Okay, that doesn't really help us.
160. Okay, let's mark that. Great. 161, 162...
Yeah, this woman is of no help.
I think of Lord Gortash is still
Watch yourself in there. Sarky bastards, these Rat-a-Tuts.
No.
Maybe we'll just waltz in then. No one wants to tell us what's going on in here, we'll just find out the old-fashioned way. What do you have to say for yourself?
Hey, cut it out, will you? I've got deliveries to manage.
Nothing major. You are the delivery manager. Security first. Lord Gortash has proven his credentials as a master of civic security. Interesting. What about you, Mr. Needle?
Well, if it isn't the city's next celebrity. You star in our next edition's top story.
Sure you have enough ink to cover all my adventures?
Oh, we have plenty of ink. Enough to cover all your misadventures in this good city. Since your arrival, reports of absolutist activity in this city have increased tenfold. Hardly seems a coincidence. The truth will be out with tomorrow's broadsheet. People will spit in your face. Your very presence will be bad for business. You'll be a pariah, an outcast, as you should be. And then, we can only hope the Fist do their duty and escort you to the gallows. Your days of scumming up this good city streets will be over.
That doesn't sound like us. Neither of these options seem appropriate for Mo. I guess we'll go with, you know I've done far, far worse than that, right?
Oh, really? Oh, I'm all ears. My quill dipped, dunked, and ready to tell the world whatever you wish to confess.
You'll never know though.
Oh, I know plenty about you already, Knave. The headlines are loaded into the print works already. Tomorrow, you will feel the power of free speech. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. Now, guards! I believe our distinguished guest was just leaving. Would you care to escort them out?
Okay, we'll let the guards take us outside. Now, stop the presses. The quest popped up. So, yeah, we must stop this paper from printing slander about us. How are we going to go about that now that we're locked out? Is there any other way into this building? There's a door around the back there. There doesn't seem to be anything down this side, so it looks like this back way in might be the only way in. There's also a guard there. Ah, wait a minute, there's a way up there as well. Which is open to us. As we can fly. Potentially we could also have got in here via other methods, because there's a ladder there. Now, what's going on in here? Okay, that doesn't really help us. It lets us sneak back in, but it doesn't help us go anywhere or do anything useful. What if we climb this ladder? I know there's a basement to this place, and getting into the basement could be useful. But now that we've been kicked out, maybe that's no longer an option without trouble. Hello, there's a loose plank. Nothing major. Very well. And on this side, there's a barricade over there. Would that help us at all? Probably not. It's just another way in, I think. And that would presumably just drop us back in at ground level. It's hard to tell though. Maybe that was the side room. I didn't see if there are any side rooms in there, but I also can't seem to jump down because the camera doesn't really want us to. What if we jumped across and then tried to jump down? No. So what's the point of being able to break open this when the game won't let you then do anything with it? Oh, wait a minute. It has allowed us in. Okay, so there's an elevator door. So this will allow us down an elevator shaft, perhaps. Okay, and it appears as though we've landed just out of sight of any troublemakers out there. But how does this help us? Because we're in an elevator shaft. There we go. Ah, good, the whole crew's with us. Group hide. There's a steel watch around. Yep. They're going back and forth. There's possibly a second one over there. Yeah. There's some doors. And this maybe leads back outside? It looks like it might do.
You don't have permission to be here. You're about to be ejected.
Well, we may have snuck back into the office above.
Hang on! You're not allowed down in the basement. Only Master Needle is permitted access to the printworks.
No.
Okie doke. So yeah, that was indeed the printworks.
Mr. Needle.
And now we are back outside. So I guess we'll just do that again. Because it shouldn't be a problem. Then we might have to kill the steel watch that are in there. Okay, this time we've been spotted using the lever. Unfortunate. Astarion, would you like to use it? You're quite stealthy. No, you're being watched. It looked like someone outside who spotted you. There we go. Okay, we're all back down here again. Seems like it would be difficult to stealth our way past these steel watchers. Because that one goes that way. Ah, there are double doors there. Okay, if we'd been quicker perhaps we could have made it into those doors. As it is, we're all in combat. Against two steel watchers. So what's the plan? I mean, the plan is beat them up. But how do we beat them up? That one is reeling, so it's probably a good target. Stabbity stab. Bit of booming blade. And because it's reeling, perhaps, that allows us to escape without getting opportunity attacked. Now, Mo. Let's rage. %. Maybe we take off that. Because we definitely want to get hits. Because we want Force Conduit to build up. And then again we can scuttle away. So let's block the path of that one, perhaps. And then we'll do a bit of key resonation. Punch. Bam. That's a good hit. Getting our bonus attack. And then we could stunning strike. We can't key resonating punch again, can't we? Because they're already resonating. Although we could do if we blasted it with that. Now we can just punch it again. Doesn't seem to want to explode anytime soon. That's maybe okay. It might explode if we hit it like once more. I'm not sure. Fire resistance, quite high. Unfortunate. We do have Eldritch Blast, which deals up to 30 damage, perhaps. Because it's 3d10. So it might be better than Ray of Frost. Okay, yeah, that one's going to blow. This is great news. That one is going to try and hit multiple party members, perhaps. And fail. Amazing. It's actually going alright. So Mo can give it a smack. And a second smack. And then she can come and stand around here next to it. Karlach can give it a booming blade, I think. For big damage. Throw in a sneak attack as well. And then some bees. Ah, this one will opportunity attack though. Even though it's reeling. So I don't know why the other one wouldn't opportunity attack, but this one will. So maybe we'll leave you there for now. I feel like it could explode this turn though, depending on how much damage we can do. What about Stunning Strike? Can it be stunned? It's saved against it, so that suggests it probably can be stunned. Now, Mo. Actually, Mo, do you want to cancel your end turn, do a dash, and then provoke the opportunity attack? 23 damage. Oh, that's just some books, I think, because it was a critical miss on Mo.
That might be worth a look.
She spotted something interesting, but I'm more interested in getting the crew away from this lad in case he potentially explodes. Now, Gale. Let's try 3 magic missiles. Okay, that's not done enough. Maybe shooting it with a little crossbow bolt, but that's unlikely. So I guess it's going to survive for another turn. And it wants a piece of Karlach. Okay. And now it's going to blow. Good. So that's our first encounter with the Steel Watch. Rescue Orin's victim is updated. Why is that updated? Oh yeah, because it wants us to deal with Gortash and the Steel Watch before we go to Orin. Okay. But yeah, for a first encounter with the Watch, that went fine. We like that. Is there anything exciting going on in this room? Grease bottles and a gilded chest. Collection records. Okay, the papers are selling well. 13 gold. I guess they're cheap papers. They're only selling for 1 gold piece each, I think. But they have generally sold quite well. It's all the lies and slander that's in them. That always sells well.
Red.
Now, that door up ahead is not locked. So, before I forget, for about the 17th millionth time, we're going to put Karlach's fighting gloves on instead of her lockpicking gloves. And there's the printing press. Gondian Auto Printer Manual. Load your headline article. Endless profit. Okay, simple as that. Can we make our own headlines that are superior to the one that it's already printing? That would be fun. Is that an option? Okay, so that's about the Steel Watch Foundry, I guess. A note from Etvard to Etvard, signed, All my love, Etvard. What an absolute prick of a man. So I'm not seeing anything else to do in here, so if we can put our own headlines in or anything like that, it might be just a case of interacting with the machine itself. There's a Gondian report concerning the Shadow Curse. Oh, there's a copy of the paper. Could your spouse be a secret cultist?
You approached the printer, noting its ink splots and intricate cogs. Before you can get closer, however, it begins to speak.
Oi! Gormless! Over here! Thought I recognized you. Dolly, Dolly, Dolly was right. You aren't much of a looker.
How do you know Dolly?
We both love cheeky words. She does all the shouting, I do the writing. This is my paintbrush. I make sure everything that's in those big, ugly article blocks becomes fine printed artistry. I'm a master pensman, I am. Dolly can't stop talking about you. Hero this, hero that, hero here, hero there. Hello, hero. You know, there's some absolute filth about you in tomorrow's edition. Seeing as you were kind enough to free Dolly, how's about I do you a favor? Why don't we change the headline? We can load up something a bit less damaging for your reputation.
That sounds wonderful. How do we do that?
Well, first, I've got to release the old nasty top story. Oop, there. Now, you've got to find a new article to replace it.
And where can I find this stuff?
Listen, mate, I'm already doing you a favor. I'm sure you can figure it out yourself. As the old saying goes, ours is not to wonder why. Ours is but to print or die. Or something like that.
Wonderful. So the old thing has popped out. Now we've got to look for a fresh one. Wolves in sheep's clothing. That could do the job, right? Ah, that's the one about us. Okay, we'll just hold on to that so it doesn't find its way back in. What's this got to say? Don't care who keeps messing with the printer and adding mistakes to all our editions. I'll dock all of your pay if it doesn't cease. So Etvard doesn't realise that it's probably the printer itself that's doing that. There's a notice of termination over there. Curse breakers or curse makers. Let's see what we have there. Another terrible tale about us. Notice of termination. Okay, so someone has been fired. I don't know if that's anything to do with any of our actions or if that's someone else entirely. Maybe we could go and find that person. And we could... Maybe that's their backpack. Holly Fowles was the person. And this... she was complaining about Gortash. And then she just quit anyway. I don't know if that story can go into the thing, because it's not on one of those plates. Insert item. Can we just slip in this article that we found? Will that work? No. Okay, so I suppose it does have to be a plate then. So on we go with our search. Pivot to new target. Okay, that's Etvard talking about working on hit pieces for us. And what's this room all about? Sort of like a dark room, but do they have cameras in Baldur's Gate? A public danger. That sounds like another one that's about us, I'd imagine. Yep. Okay, so it looks like Gortash wanted the newspaper to stop so that they could print some portraits of him instead.
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
Needle wasn't happy about that. Guess there's nothing we can do in here. Can't vandalise the pictures of Gortash, can we? Here's another door that I missed earlier. Somewhere down here we're going to find what we need. Cutest cat you've ever seen? That sounds like something the people need to know about. An article about Baldur's Gate that doesn't talk about our arrival. So that's a start. If we can't find anything that specifically says Gortash is a monster and you should all hate him, then we could go with the cat story. I know a thing or two about cute cats. We'll have to see if this one lives up to the bill. And we're not finding anything else, so cute cats it is. There we go, cat stories.
For a surprise tomorrow.
And then that's the quest updated. Tomorrow's paper should no longer damage our reputation. Quest isn't complete though. Maybe we have to leave Baldur's Mouth before it's officially finished. And can we just fly back out? the way we came in? One would assume so. Whee! Bit of a fly, but it got the job done. And we're clear. Maybe the quest will update after we have a sleep or something like that. So what's next on the old list? Back to Rivington. We've got plenty of stuff to do here because we kind of skipped most of it. But we do have an amulet that needs to be returned. So that seems like a good starting point. Let's see if we can't just waltz into the temple through the front door.
The Crying One weeps today. Our father Lorgan is dead. Murdered.
What happened?
I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
Well, that's not very helpful. Anyone else wants to talk?
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater.
He did sound like a shitey little elephant, to be honest. But if more priests spoke muck like you, I'd join a church. Nice one.
Thank you. I wouldn't normally speak so harshly, but these are rather unique circumstances. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our High Priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target.
I can look into it for you.
Feel free to look around the temple, but fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence.
And where can we find the investigator?
Sharessa's Caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case.
Wonderful. What about Shira Clarwen?
I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit.
Wonderful.
I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
So we have learned some information already about Shira. If we stroll in here, we find a blood-covered hatch. So let's have a poke around down here in this basement.
This must be where Shira Clarwen is buried.
Indeed. Perhaps Astarian's the best one to deal with this.
Here lies Sister Shira Clarwen. Date of birth unknown. Died 1491 DR.
Ah, Shira Clarwen. Time to reunite you with your dear old granddad.
So where have I put the amulet? There it is.
Shira, faithful to the crying god, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone thou might be, alas. And yet thy shell will rise.
There we go. Shira's up and about. Okay, we are doing it with Mo.
Shira, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shira. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmater's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou?
Well, I wanted it to be Astarian, because he's got the best chance of passing the wisdom check that I think is going to follow. But yeah, if it'll bring you peace, I'll bear the madness.
Your muscles tingle and your mouth twitches as the laughing madness spreads through you. The madness tugs at your mind, prods in places best left untouched. You feel your wisdom begin to drain.
Okay, so what are our options here? We've got Constitution. We've got... we can call on the Parasite to save the day. I don't know what the roll is. But that's not going to... Oh, that does do it. I guess it might be like a 2 because it's an illithid roll.
You remain wise as ever, even as Shah's madness spreads outward. You giggle, struck by the absurdity of the moment. A spirit hiding inside an amulet has brought you to the body of his granddaughter and possessed it. Outrageous. Ridiculous. Once again, you feel your wisdom draining away. Hilarious. What is it?
Parasite can
on the
save the day
source of the
again,
power,
hopefully.
But it is
Oh, no.
quiet and still. It needs to rest.
Okay, this time we're going to have to toughen up. We'll make this curse a gift. We will not surrender our wisdom. It's a +3. Hopefully it's a better roll. Yeah, that'll do it.
The urge to laugh dwindles. Though you can't help but chuckle. You withstood the monk's madness and earned Tasha's hideous laughter.
My friend, forgive me, for this mind was not mine own. May laughter be thy gift, never thy curse. The morning lord calls. Canst thou feel the warmth of his blessing? This is not my final twilight, but a new dawn. Farewell.
Farewell, monk.
The corpse is an empty husk once more. The monk, liberated from madness, is finally at peace.
Good for him.
He's gone. Well, he was always good for a laugh.
And now we've got a nice new amulet that Astarion could wear. Sentient amulet. Doesn't look as though it does anything anymore, though. I'm sure it's supposed to do, like, key restoration or something. We don't appear to have any in our inventory. We've got a broken moon lantern for some reason. We'll also drop off those slanderous tales about ourselves. No one's going to find them down here. But yeah, I guess the amulet has just been robbed of all its power then. Astarion may as well wear it anyway. I guess you have to get the bad end if you want it to actually become the rare amulet that it can be. Let's just double check we didn't get a second amulet in our inventory. It doesn't look like it, no. Odd. Normally it becomes an epic amulet that gives you its previous benefits again, but not this time it seems. Easily disarmed and cracked open that display case, and we've got an elixir for our troubles.
Have to keep going.
And now we need to have a look at, is it on this wall and the other wall? There we go.
What's that?
Wonderful. Ah, no, it just reveals buttons. Okay, back to the other wall we go. I want to fight some doppelgangers. Not much else to do down here. Well, there is a dagger to find. Hello, friends. Yeah, you can try. So, 95%. What if we turn on thing? 72% disadvantage. So we had a disadvantage, but then we didn't. Why is that? 95%. 95% up there as well. There we go, 85. Bam. Smack. And then we can't shove you down because we didn't quite have enough movement. Oh, we've got bonus actions though. We've got 2 bonus actions, so we could shuffle over here. And then we could say, see ya. Didn't do any damage. That's unfortunate. I was hoping for damage. Let's shuffle back down.
I'm heating up.
Now, Karlach. If you fly, can you reach that one? You can. Could just flown with Mo as well.
This is sick.
Oh well. Left it on 1? Come on, Karlach. You've got Cull the Weak, so... I guess it's because the bees left it on 1 rather than us. Down it goes. Now, what are you going to get up to, Zom? Very little. That's what we like to see. And then, do we go for t'other one just because? No, we can't. We can't hit that one from here. Are you having a laugh? I guess we could hit it with Magic Missile. I'm hoping Cull the Weak gets the job done. But no, it didn't. Okay. Astarion. Please just fly in there. Give this one a bit of fisticuff. Not quite sure why your passive is turned off there. But that's fine. I mean, it's not ideal. But it's fine, I suppose. And then... yeah, we don't really want to run over to that one. Although that one is about to attack. Yeah, we'll stick to this one. Okay, that one's ambush scale apparently. But that's probably not the end of the world because they're all dead. A flowery key. And then we've got a bunch of corpses down here. A field report. Dolor is talented, but careless. He's discarded a dagger in these caves. Let's see if we can't find said dagger. There it is. It's got a whole person on it, but other than that, it's just a dagger. And that's about all we needed to do down here, I think. Oh, I wonder, can we still come across the fight between the guild and the Stone Lord? Is that still a thing that's taking place over here? Or is everyone nice and chill because the Stone Lord has already stood down? Okay, there are blast mines about. I thought there might be. Yeah, you're still here.
My legs. I can't feel them. Tell the others. Let the boss know.
This man is not long for this world.
Let's end his suffering.
Your intervention is barely needed. The strike only hastens his fate by mere agonizing moments.
And then he does his big dramatic flail to the ground. Well done. So I think we are probably still going to find the fight over here, which makes me wonder what happens if we bring Minsc along. Minsc, we're going to bring you. Yeah, select from Orin. We're not going to read it.
To lose someone you love. Minsc and Boo know this feeling well. Minsc does not have the words. But Boo has warmth. If we'll let him share it a while.
That's very kind. But would you like to join the team?
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Boo is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsc?
Join the team, my man.
Miniature as Boo is, he is also giant. You will need to make room for us, my friend.
Yeah, let's leave Gale behind for this fight. Do we want Gale to stay behind? I don't want to miss out on a single chance to get approval with Astarion, so yeah, Gale can do with the rest.
Minsk and Boo stand ready. Just tell us where to do it.
Now, what should we do with you, Minsk? You're a level 1 ranger, and you don't currently have any weaponry. We are pretty much bringing you in for one fight, and that's that. So we don't need to think too hard about gearing you up, but we should level you up. Now, you're already a ranger, so let's keep things that way. We'll give you a fighting style of archery. We'll give you a couple of spells that's probably unnecessary. We'll make you a Gloomstalker. So you gain a bonus to initiative, and you get an extra attack on the first turn in combat. And then we'll give you a feat, so we'll definitely get your dex up to... Yeah, we will get your dex and your constitution up. That'll be fine. Now you get your extra attack at level 5. And now maybe we give you something else. Is it... What's the classic that you do with Gloomstalkers? Is it 5 and then 4 in Assassin? It might be. Now by going into Assassin, he gets the ability to crit people who are surprised, and he gets more initiative and whatnot. Well, he gets the ability to get advantage on attacks against people. And then we'll give him a bit more dexterity, perhaps. Should have maybe given him sharpshooter there, but that's okay. And now perhaps we'll take fighter, and then we'll get action surge. Oh, he's leveled up to 12, is he? Why is he leveling up to 12? Well, he could gain Arcane Archer now as well. We haven't got 12 levels yet, we're only on 11. Could take another fire level at this stage. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have to think about this. Could just make him a Battle Master. It's literally for one fight, so I really don't need to be thinking about this. Make him a champion, maybe. So Minsk just joins the team at level 12, I guess. Curious. You learn something new every day with a bit of luck.
That same ship was at Moonrise Towers, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, if we come over here and find that the fight doesn't actually happen, that would be very silly. Nope.
Looks like those two are about to fight.
The rumble is kicking off. Can we defuse it by getting Minsk to say no?
Nobody messes with the Stone Lord, Ratling.
Well, that is not entirely true.
Ninefingers sends her love, arsehole. Your Stone Lord's a dead man walking. You, help me kill these asses. The girls will sprinkle you with gold.
Okay, so Minsk had a line there. Yeah, time to introduce yourself, Minsk.
Minsk is Minsk. Minsk was once this Lord of Stone, but he got better.
Oh, shit! That's the Stone Lord!
Nah, they're lying. That big lump's nowhere near old enough.
Stone Lord liars. Stone Lord toe lickers. You all get sliced just the same.
Okay, so it didn't actually help in the slightest. They don't believe us, and so now it's all kicking off. Guess we'll just start shooting people then. And then we'll shoot that guy again. Now we're out of attacks, but we could action surge. That should be somewhere on our bars. There we go. Shoot that guy a third time. And perhaps a fourth. Well done, Minsk. You've done good. We could have actually tadpoled him as well, couldn't we? Oh well. As for you... let's just march in and fight people. Oh, we could get over there. Because we don't want to just kill one side of the fight. Not when both sides need a kicking. Now, what are you guys going to get up to? Good job, idiot. Get bees. Hunter's mark. Wonderful. Now it's Mo time. So who's next to that one? Have some of this. And one of those. And then Astarion can waltz in and do a bit of key resonation. Followed up with a bit of a boot. Blam, call the weak. And then resonate on that one as well, maybe? Wonderful. Now, you lot might try and attack Karlach. Oh yeah, you summon a wolf. Okay. But the fact that Karlach is right there means that wolf's probably not around for long.
The guild owns this city.
For the stone.
And yeah, they are scrapping amongst themselves. Good. Not sure why he cast an action surge, just to get an opportunity to attack against him. Oh no. That's fine, he did do something useful. But so did Minsc. Now, yeah, we'll run in and we'll deal with you, Bunglesby. Even if it costs us a hit. Now, you're not going to attack the one who's right next to you. You're just going to dash instead. Very well. It's a Mo. This guy's a big bugger, so yeah. Smack him about. Pisk. Astarion can continue the smacking about. Nice. Oh, Flake Eyes can get a piece as well. More Psionic Backlash for you. Wolf's still causing trouble. Do you just cast light? What on earth are you thinking? Let's skip to Karlach and try and deal with this bugger. Break. What's that all about, Karlach? Double miss. That one is quite high on health. We can shove it though. Okay, that didn't work. Ouch. We'll go this way. We'll deal with old Flake Eyes. Because that's the one who we probably can kill. Or not. Doesn't really matter if Minsc takes a bit of a beating. And you're healing yourself. Little shit. Mo. I do want to deal with that bugger, but Balin is right here. So let's smack them about. And then Astarion can finish them off. He can kick old Flake Eyes to death. And then he can run over to this bugger. It'll take an opportunity attack in the process. But I'm not that concerned about this fight in general. Now, Karlach, do you want to actually finish this bugger off next time? I'm sick of this wolf.
Who is snapping? So die in silence, evil!
Not a lot of work there from Minsc, but that's okay. Yeah. Get wrecked, Fungalsby. And we shall fly to somewhere closer to the fight. Not that we're probably needed, because... Oh no, I guess there's one more turn for that bugger. Now Mo. Work your magic.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Let's. Okay, target's already resonating. So we'll stop that so we can give them a bit of that. One of those. And possibly a stunning strike as well. That would be kind of useful. Because this bugger's a pain. And Karlach, would you like to sneak attack them? Blam. That should be it, hopefully. Hey. We cleaned up the scum. Minsc didn't have much to say beyond the initial lines, but it's nice that he did have some lines. Corpse Grinder. A two-handed maul. 11 to 24 damage. It's got an extra thunder damage on it. It's +2. I think I might like that, you know, instead of the Skin Burster. We'll give it a spin. And then we've got the Gleam Dance Dagger, which does shine with a glowing light. And when it's in the offhand, the wielder gains a bonus to armor class. We could, you know, give that to Astarion, because he's not using his weapons anyway. So why not have an extra bit of armor class? Why not indeed? Does Minsc have anything to say about this? This whole mess.
Do you feel it, Boo? The path of virtue beneath my boots once more. Boo and I, we are in your debt, my friend.
Minsc has nothing to say about the fact that we slaughtered a bunch of his former followers. And a bunch of their rivals. But we'll take a couple more parasites. Because we like those. Karlach, do you want some more? Another Psionic Backlash on the team. And the progress is slow but steady. We're making our way towards level 12. Maybe next time we'll do a Meteor quest and get one finished, and that'll pop us over the finish line. It's hard to say, but we'll find out next time anyway. So until then, thanks for watching, friends.